What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about TSNP Stock or Humbl Pay because they have been on a tear recently, and they actually did put out a press release that I want to cover because this is what really fueled the insane run that we've seen. So let's just get straight to the format. In part one, I'm going to talk about the recent stock performance, just how much it moved, and what my personal position is. Then in part two, I'm going to get into the press release because they actually announced that they have launched a product in more than 100 countries, which is massive. Then in part three, we're going to get into the market size and why this is so important. And then I'll just be ending it with my final thoughts and really what I'll be doing from here on out. So as usual, timestamps will be in the pinned comment along with the link to the Discord channel. And if you guys aren't already subscribed, then be sure to do that and turn on the notification bell because we are almost at the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and I'm super excited to share that with you guys. So be sure to subscribe if you want to stay up to date with that. And also, I talk about Humbl and some other disruptive stocks on a weekly basis. So if you want to stay up to date with that, you also want to subscribe. Now with that, let's get into it. All right, so this one has just been insane over the last couple weeks. When I first talked about this company, they were trading at about 17 cents, and well, as you can see, they are now well over $1. Over the last month, TSNP stock reached at one point $1.90, which is well over the 900% that you currently see on screen. Now, over the last couple of days, the stock has pulled back roughly 25% and now sits at $1.34. So personally, I originally had 4,000 shares, but I sold 600 to cover my initial investment, which means that I'm playing with all profits. Now, I did buy shares right before releasing my last video, which means my average cost basis is 17 cents, so I'm currently up 666%, or roughly $4,800 on a $670 investment. So already this has been an amazing return for me. I could easily sell out and be happy with a 670% gain. However, because I already sold $600 worth of the stock and recouped my initial investment, I virtually eliminated all risk in this stock. So I really do plan on holding it for the next 5 to 10 years because, like I mentioned in my last video, these guys are really disrupting the fintech space and they're going after a massive market that is virtually untapped by all the fintech giants like PayPal, Square, and Venmo. So I'm definitely excited about this company and I plan on holding for the long term. So with all that out of the way, let's get into part two because I actually want to get into this press release. They are doing something super innovative that nobody else is doing, and it's really changing the way we can invest in blockchain technologies like cryptocurrencies. So on February 2nd, Humbl announced they have officially launched their Humbl Financial Block ETX products in more than 100 countries across North and South America, Asia, the Middle East, Africa, and even the Caribbean. Now, before I get into the products, I just want to cover a couple more highlights. The Block ETXs that they launched are not intended to be an investment service or advice, rather a completely non-custodial, algorithmically driven financial technology service that allows customers to purchase and hold digital assets in preset allocations. Now, if this next statement is wrong or incorrect, definitely correct me in the comment section because I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys all the accurate information and I'm not lying to you guys, but this is my understanding of it. Basically, it's an ETF, but for different cryptocurrencies. That's how I understand it. So maybe you throw $100 into Block 10 and you get $20 of Bitcoin, $20 of Ethereum, and fuck it, $10 of Dogecoin because that's what everyone's buying. But that's my understanding of it. If I'm wrong, definitely let me know in the comments. Now, the CEO, Brian Foote, says that our long-term mission at Humbl is to develop a Web3 platform that will allow you to invest, trade, track, and pay in more synthetic ways on the blockchain. The Block ETXs are a critical step in that journey and will expand across multiple asset types in the coming year. Now, I know that many of you guys like Humbl because they're one of the few companies that are really trying to actively integrate blockchain and cryptocurrencies into their platform. And like I said in my last video, the CEO is sort of a rock star in this industry or this community, at least from what I read online, so it's no surprise that they're actively targeting these types of products. Now, one last highlight from this press release that's actually really smart and I think unique is that Humbl is also open to licensing their Block ETX to major global financial institutions that may want to expand their digital asset offerings. Now, this could be a massive revenue opportunity because I see a not too distant future where you could actually buy ETFs, or in this case, ETXs, that track different cryptocurrencies. Now, with Humbl being the first mover in this space, I really think it's going to benefit them long term and really put them at the top of that list. Plus, it also creates a way for Humbl to differentiate themselves from the competition. So this is definitely news that I am super excited about, and I'm definitely happy to see Humbl really executing at a high level and really moving the business forward at a rapid pace. So these are just some of the products that I could fit in my screenshot, but just so you know, there are a few others on top of these. Now, if we look at how their index products such as Block 3, Block 5, and Block 10 have performed over the last 12 months, you can see right off the bat that they've produced some incredible returns. The worst performing of these products still achieved returns of 144%, while the best performing ETX did almost 500% with 464% returns in the trailing 12 months. They're even outperforming some of the best ETFs out there. The world famous ARK Invest ETFs like ARKG and ARKW returned 180% and 157% respectively, while the Block 15 and Block 10 returned 244% and 237%. Now, I know many of my viewers out there are in some of these emerging markets because you guys did comment on the last video, which I super appreciate because you guys bring a lot of value to the channel. So if you guys live in those markets, I ask that you comment down below and let us know if this is something that you've seen advertised in your region or if it's something you're interested in using. All right, so now that we got through the stock price, the press release, the different products, let's get into the market size and why this could potentially be massive for them. So why is this so important? Well, as you can see here, digital assets are relatively small when compared to how massive ETFs and mutual funds are. Digital assets have a market size of just $350 billion, while ETFs have $9 trillion and mutual funds have $54 trillion. Now, in my opinion, this couldn't have come at a better time. Digital assets have been a top performing asset class of the decade and have seen increased global inflows throughout 2020. Now, as I'm sure most of you have heard by now, Tesla just announced that they would be placing about $1.5 billion of their cash reserves in Bitcoin. And on top of that, they're currently working on a way to accept Bitcoin as a form of payment, which is a massive step forward for the digital assets industry and cryptocurrencies as a whole. Now, I personally do not own any cryptocurrency, and that doesn't mean that I don't believe in it. I do think it's a great hedge against traditional assets and the economy because it has no ties to the economy and how the market's doing. But I do like the idea of having some sort of ETF, or in this case an ETX, that tracks different cryptocurrencies and different digital assets. And I do want to point out that I personally believe cryptocurrencies, with Bitcoin in particular, are going to explode over the next few years because Tesla was really the first mover in terms of putting some of the cash reserves into digital assets. And I think a lot of major companies are going to follow suit and start moving some of those cash reserves into cryptocurrency. So I think that's going to give the cryptocurrency industry a major boost. And obviously Humbl is definitely in that industry because, like I said, CEO Brian Foote is a major player in blockchain and cryptocurrency. So this is something to definitely watch and see how it also relates to Humbl. So I think this was a pretty quick video. I'm not sure. We'll have to see how it turns out when I edit it, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to drop a like on the video because it really helps out with the YouTube algorithm and helps expose my channel to new viewers. So I appreciate all you guys in the thumbs up squad. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with the giveaway. And with that, guys, I will catch you guys on the next one.